has been a week since I've arrived here at this place. The thick fog never ceases to amaze me. I would have died trying to get here if I had not already known the way. The foggy marsh has always been welcoming of outsiders. The people here are very hospitable, the best kind of hosts one could ever wish for. That is assuming you can actually make it this far alive. This place is surrounded by extreme dangers. To start with, we have the harvester woods surrounding the entire marsh. And then we have this thick fog, making it even harder to traverse this already dangerous marsh. And then we have the monsters that live in the surrounding harvester woods. And the harvester woods is not a place you would want to traverse alone. People from the outside already view that place as otherworldly, unlivable, inhospitable, and unforgiving. It is just impossible for any person to survive passing through there, let alone live here. They don't even know of the existence of an entire civilization beyond the woods itself, right here in the foggy marsh. Every time tragedy strikes, it wouldn't be surprising at all to learn that it came from the harvester woods. Cases of people going missing is not uncommon there. And whenever they do go missing, the guards from outside are rarely keen on investigating for fear of their lives. Incidents that happen there are rarely untragic. That is the kind of thought people would have when they think of the harvester woods. But enough about the dangers of that place. What I am here for today is to tell you what I have learned ever since coming here, the foggy marsh. I asked my hosts what they know of the Vine Sentinels, or at least that's what we from the outside world have been calling them. They did not quite understand what I was talking about until I started elaborating what the Vine Sentinels were. I told them of the fabled warriors covered in vines, how people say they are large and possess the great ability to climb. I had a suspicion that they might know of what I am talking about, and sure enough they did. They do not call them Vine Sentinels like we do, but they know of what it is I am talking about. They have seen these Vine Sentinels with their own eyes, and they told me all that they know. The Vine Sentinels are indeed large, enormous to be exact, larger than any person they have ever seen. The Vine Sentinels they saw were at the outskirts of the foggy marsh, near the mouth of the bay, to the east. At first, the scouts saw a single sentinel, standing perfectly still for quite some time, as if it were a statue. And at one point, a second Vine Sentinel emerged from the sea, just slowly walking out of the water, slowly approaching the first sentinel that was standing still. And as the two came up close to each other, they then turned towards the scouts and made eye contact. The sentinels did not seem fazed by the presence of the scouts at all. It was as if they knew the entire time that the scouts were watching. Shortly after, a cluster of vines could be seen growing from the sentinels' backs, grabbing hold of the trees behind them. followed by the sentinels themselves elevating above the ground, then disappearing into the dense foliage above. No ill intent was felt coming from the two Vine Sentinels. And throughout the entire encounter, the Vine Sentinels had no change in facial expression. It was a little unnerving for the scouts to experience, but they did not feel hostile. And to the scouts' knowledge, the Vine Sentinels did not originate from the foggy marsh, even though they have caught sight of two of them not too long ago, right here in the foggy marsh. This is because, according to them, the vines that cover the entirety of these sentinels resemble that of the blood-eater vines, which does indeed exist in the foggy marsh. However, the blood-eater vines that exist here are not strong enough, and most definitely not large enough to have been the same as what they saw covering these Vine Sentinels. There is another place that is home to a larger, more durable type of blood-eater vine, and that place is called the bogswood. The bogswood is a wide expanse of endless towering trees that disappear into the fog high up in the air. And as far as I know, absolutely no one lives there. There is no record of any civilization living there. Nothing has ever emerged from that place, and whoever comes into the bogswood never comes out. To hear this is both interesting but also scary. There are some places I am afraid of entering in this world, and the bogswood is one of them. There was little more that the scouts had to tell me about these fabled warriors. Or I suppose they no longer are fabled, at least to me, now that I have had second-hand confirmation from a credible source. I feel such curiosity for these sentinels, a new sight to behold, especially in human form. In trying times such as these would be so exciting, although I might regret this. Who knows what they might actually be like? I do feel like I should find out more about the Vine Sentinels for myself. But for now, I think I will enjoy the hospitality of these scouts for a little longer. It has been a long time since I have come here to visit, and I am eager to spend more time living with them. Thank you for listening to me. Watch the skies, friend. The demons are coming.